Lisa Marie Presley coming out and giving some statements that she put up on her MySpace page. And I thought this was interesting because many people had speculated for years that their marriage was a sham, that it was all a publicity stunt. Here's the famous walk down the MTV Video Music Awards where they ended up having that famous kiss, that smooch on the lips. Lisa Marie yesterday on her MySpace page saying, look, our marriage was not a sham. And she says, look, at some point, this is also a discussion that she had with him about his father. Her father, Elvis.
Yeah, this is a very interesting look inside Michael Jackson. He looked at Lisa Marie Presley at one point and said, and I quote, "I'm afraid that I'm going to end up like him, the way he did," referring to Elvis, referring to his tragic death. It seems that celebrity tragedy is something Michael was relatively obsessed with. He had a statue of Marilyn Monroe. He was obsessed with these stories of celebrity tragedy, of early death, and now that is how he is gone at the age of 50. And let me ask you guys, did you ever in a million years imagine Michael Jackson growing old? I never did.
No, because it looked like he kept growing younger.
The same, right?
With all the plastic surgery, you keep seeing it's like a regression.
Right, but he also had that Peter Pan complex where he was sort of this man-child. But I think it's fascinating, this Lisa Presley stuff is really a window because for the first time she says, I'm breaking my silence because there are so many lies out there and I want you to know that my marriage was not a sham. That's important because so many people thought this is just a collaboration of these musical dynasties, these two superstars who are, collaborating. She says that no, she really cared about him, but the reason she divorced him, she says, and I've never heard this before, is because she thought she was in over her head trying to save Jackson from the inevitable, which is what just happened. That obviously refers to the fact that he was already on a downward spiral.
Here's something else she threw up on her MySpace page. She says, here as I sit overwhelmed with sadness, reflection, and confusion at what was my biggest failure to date, watching on the news almost play-by-play the exact scenario that I saw happen on August 16, 1977, happening again right now with Michael, a sight I never wanted to see again. Just as he predicted, I am truly, truly gutted, of course, referring to her own father in 1977.
And if you read some of the lyrics from Michael Jackson's songs, as people didn't often do, you get another glimpse inside of the soul. And he, in a song called Childhood, he actually said, it's been my fate to compensate for the childhood I've never known. Why weren't those close to him listening to that cry for help? He had a song that he wrote and performed called Morphine, in which he sang over and over again about Demerol, and yet no one around him heard this cry for help and thought, we ought to do something? Well, that's the alarming part of this.
Well, no one would say no to him. That's what Newsweek was pointing out this week also, which is that no one around him had the power. They all said, yes, Michael.
Anything.
Yes, Michael, anything you want. Yes, Michael.
Yeah, but that family attorney, Brian Oxman, I think is his name, he said he's going to spill the beans. He's going to talk about who actually gave Michael the drugs when the toxicology report comes back. In the meantime,